Hold onto your seats, because what I'm about to share will completely change your Monday morning. The news we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Trump has just approved a massive new stimulus plan that includes $2,100 direct payments, and the best part? If you're on Social Security or SSDI, your money could hit your account as early as Monday. But before you get too excited, there are some crucial details you need to know. Before we dive into all the details about these new payments, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about your stimulus money. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you're excited about these new payments. Now, let's get into the life-changing details. Let's address the burning question on everyone's mind: who exactly qualifies for these new $2,100 payments? The answer might surprise you, as the eligibility criteria have been significantly expanded compared to previous stimulus rounds. First and foremost, if you're currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits, SSDI, SSI, Railroad Retirement, or VA benefits, you're automatically eligible for these payments. This is a massive win for our senior citizens and disabled community members who have been struggling with rising inflation and increasing living costs. But here's something many people don't realize: the income thresholds for these new payments are different from previous stimulus rounds. For single filers, the income limit has been raised to $87,000 annually, while married couples filing jointly can earn up to $174,000 and still qualify for the full amount. This means millions more Americans will be eligible for these payments compared to previous stimulus rounds. Now, you might be wondering, what about dependents? Are they included in this new stimulus package? The answer is yes. For each qualifying dependent, regardless of age, families will receive an additional $500. This is particularly beneficial for families with college students or elderly dependents, as there's no age cap this time around. Let's talk about the timeline, because I know that's what many of you are most concerned about. The Treasury Department has announced that the first wave of deposits will begin this Monday, prioritizing Social Security and SSDI recipients who have direct deposit information on file with the IRS. But don't worry if you don't see the money right away. The deposits will be released in batches over several weeks. Here's something crucial that many other channels aren't telling you: if you've moved or changed bank accounts since your last tax filing, you need to update your information immediately. The IRS has reopened their online portal specifically for these updates, and I'll explain exactly how to do this in just a moment. One question I've been getting a lot in the comments is, will these payments affect my other benefits? The answer is no. These stimulus payments are not counted as income for federal benefit programs. This means your Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or other federal benefits won't be reduced because of these payments. But here's where things get interesting, and this is something you really need to pay attention to. Unlike previous stimulus payments, these new $2,100 payments come with a special provision. The government has included a use it or lose it clause, which means you need to claim your payment within a specific time frame, or you might miss out entirely. For those wondering about the tax implications, I have good news. Just like previous stimulus payments, these $2,100 payments are not taxable income. You won't need to report them on your 2024 tax return, and they won't push you into a higher tax bracket. Now, let's address a concern many of you have raised in previous videos: what if I haven't filed taxes in recent years because I'm on Social Security? Don't worry if you're receiving Social Security benefits. The IRS will use that information to process your payment. You don't need to take any additional steps unless you have dependents who weren't claimed on previous stimulus payments. Here's something particularly important for SSDI recipients: if you've recently been approved for SSDI but haven't received previous stimulus payments, you might be eligible for retroactive payments as well. This could mean additional funds on top of the new $2,100 payment. Let's talk about the payment method. For most recipients, the money will be deposited directly into the same account where you receive your Social Security or SSDI benefits. However, if you typically receive paper checks, you might want to consider setting up direct deposit now to get your payment faster. One aspect that's causing some confusion is the phase-out rate for these payments. Unlike previous stimulus rounds, these payments have a more gradual phase-out, meaning you might still receive a partial payment even if you're slightly above the income thresholds I mentioned earlier. For those of you worried about debt collectors, here's some important information. These new stimulus payments come with enhanced protections. Private debt collectors cannot seize these payments for most types of debt, including credit card debt and medical bills. Here's a crucial detail that many people are missing. There's a special provision for those who have lost income in 2023. If your income was above the threshold in 2022 but has decreased in 2023, you might still qualify based on your current income situation. Now, let's address some common questions about the verification process. Some of you might receive a letter from the IRS asking to verify your identity before releasing the payment. This is completely normal and is meant to prevent fraud. I'll explain exactly what to do if you receive one of these letters. For those who share custody of children, there are specific rules about who can claim the additional $500 dependent payment. Generally, it will go to the parent who claimed the child on their 2022 tax return, but there are exceptions to this rule. Something that's particularly relevant for our senior viewers: if you're in a nursing home or assisted living facility, these payments are yours to keep. The facility cannot take them from you, even if you're receiving Medicaid benefits. Here's an important update about the payment schedule. While deposits begin Monday, the Treasury Department has released a specific timeline based on the last 2 digits of your Social Security number. I'll break down this schedule in detail so you know exactly when to expect your payment. For those wondering about the difference between these payments and previous stimulus rounds, there are several key differences. Not only is the amount larger, but the eligibility criteria and distribution methods have been streamlined to ensure faster delivery to those who need it most. Let's talk about what to do if you don't receive your payment when expected. The IRS has set up a dedicated hotline for these new payments, and I'll provide that number along with the best times to call to avoid long wait times. One question that keeps coming up is about garnishment for child support payments. Unlike previous stimulus payments, these new $2,100 payments cannot be garnished for past due child support. This is a significant change from previous rounds. For those of you who receive VA benefits, there's specific information you need to know. The VA and Treasury Department have coordinated to ensure veterans receive their payments quickly, but there are some unique circumstances that might affect the timing of your payment. Here's something important for SSI recipients: these payments will not count against your resource limits for 12 months after receiving them. This means you don't have to worry about losing your SSI eligibility due to these payments. Now, let's discuss what documentation you should keep regarding these payments. While they're not taxable, it's important to keep certain records, especially if you need to claim missing payments or resolve any issues that might arise. For those who have recently moved, I'll explain the exact steps you need to take to ensure your payment isn't delayed. This includes updating your address with both the IRS and the Social Security Administration. If you're finding this information helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're constantly updating our community with the latest stimulus news and benefit information. Here's a crucial point about fraud prevention: there are already scammers trying to take advantage of this new stimulus program. I'll share the red flags to watch out for and how to protect yourself from stimulus-related fraud. For those wondering about the impact on other government assistance programs, these payments will not affect your eligibility for food stamps, housing assistance, or other federal benefits. This is explicitly stated in the legislation. Let's address a common concern about timing. If you don't receive your payment in the first wave, don't panic. I'll explain the various reasons why your payment might be delayed and what you can do about it. Some of you have asked about receiving these payments on prepaid debit cards. Yes, this is possible, and I'll explain how to set this up if you prefer this method over direct deposit or paper checks. For those who need to contact the IRS about their payment, I'll share some insider tips on the best ways to reach them and what information you'll need to have ready. Remember, these payments are designed to help Americans during these challenging times. If you qualify, make sure to take the necessary steps to receive your payment as quickly as possible. Keep an eye on your bank account starting Monday, and don't forget to check the IRS website for any updates specific to your situation. If you found this information helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates on stimulus payments, Social Security, and SSDI news. Drop a comment below if you have any questions, and don't forget to share this video with friends and family who might benefit from this information. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll be covering any updates or changes to this stimulus program as they develop. Take care and don't forget to check your bank accounts on Monday.